oh, they're watching my husband and oh, she likes him. She might like him. Liking someone and looking at them and you admire them. And you might say, God, they're such a great leader. Or look at how he loves his family. There's nothing wrong with that until you reach a certain point.
Warning, viewer discretion is advised. The content, viewed as an educational material you are about to experience, could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the new book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. Now let's talk about this subject, this time for this specific video. There's a lot of rumblings going around and rumors and everybody's all upset. And I understand why. Because many co-wives and wives, whether initial, subsequent, we're all wives, they are concerned that sisters are stalking their man. I'm going to tell you a little story about what happened in my own personal life with my own co-wife, Coach Nyla. As you guys may know or you may not know, my husband, Coach Nazir, has been practicing polygyny for 15 years almost now. So we're not new to this. We are definitely true to this, but that does not mean it was easy. Now, I got a question a long time ago, and we met Coach Nyla through network marketing many, many years ago. Not many as in decades, but long enough ago that people, you know, this is old news to them, kind of, you know? So I remember I was at an event and this had nothing to do with network marketing. I was just at an event that sisters were hosting, and in our community that was absolutely unsupportive and didn't talk about polygyny much, I got the question, did she stalk your husband? Them not knowing, they not knowing, these sisters not knowing that we all met through network marketing. And I said, what you mean by stalk? Because I know what the truth is, but I want to see what the translation was for this woman. And she said, well, she's like kind of at the things like I heard she's at y'all business events and all this other stuff. I said, we're all in network marketing. There's a lot of women at those events. But let me tell you something. What I said to her was this. I said, do you honestly think that you are the only woman that's attracted to your husband? Now, that's not to say my co-wife did anything that was sinful for her, haram for her, outside of Islam. Let's get that for clarity. Let's get that right now for clarity, okay? Because we don't play about that. It's very serious. We all three are practicing Muslims. There's Muslims and then there's Muslims that practice. Everybody doesn't practice. We know this. I'm not giving you some type of news flash. You know, some of you do, some of you might not, but those of us that are Muslim, we do know it, you know? So I had to get some clarification on down the line. Once polygyny came into our lives, meaning once Coach Nazir decided he was going to marry Coach Nyla, same way he decided he was going to marry me, but in a different fashion, you know? So I had to answer the question as intelligently as I could, because I'm not going to get emotional about a choice that a grown man made. I'm not going to be like, oh, I was so happy and I was leaping for joy. I'm not saying that either. But I'm especially not going to engage in an argument with somebody that knows of us, that says to me, well, did she stalk him? Is she? I heard and I heard and I heard. First of all, I don't care about what you heard. But while we're on the topic, let's talk about it. I said, do you think that you are the only woman that your husband finds attractive, or that finds him attractive? And she said, well, I mean, I would hope so. Don't be unrealistic about realistic things. It's realistic, and it has absolutely happened. And I happen to be married to a man that is good looking to us, you know, and to many others. They're not blind. They might be married, but they're not blind. So why would I think that a man that is married to me and available to marry again in Islam wouldn't be attractive, not here, you all, not aesthetically like here, but in here, in his heart. Now, some people might not be able to see past his face, but I can see right into his heart. I always have been able to since the moment I knew I loved him. But that doesn't mean I know everything. That doesn't mean I know every little desire, every little goal he had. No, I don't, because I don't have access to that. That's not my privilege. That's for the Creator to do. But one thing I do know is that people have been looking at Coach Nazir since we were in high school, people meaning women, girls, when we were teenagers. So for me, this is nothing new. So I'm not shell shocked when someone says, you know what, like my co-wife says, he checked all the boxes. He's checked the boxes for me, he's checked the boxes for her, and he's checked the boxes for other women that he wasn't even married to that wanted to marry him, and he wasn't interested. That's just being real. Let's keep it a buck. That's just being real. So when we stop this stalker narrative and, oh, they're watching my husband and, oh, she likes him, she might like him. Liking someone and looking at them and you admire them. And you might say, God, they're such a great leader. Or look at how he loves his family. There's nothing wrong with that until you reach a certain point where you might be disrespecting your religion, where it might be a gross disrespect. Because there's women that sit on married men's laps and do all types of things, and they do it back. That's just real. That's just what happens in society. And we're not blind to that. We shouldn't be. So we're not also blind to the fact that if your husband is good to you and good to your children, people, men and women, are going to see that. The men will say, how can I be like that? And the women will say, I want to marry someone like that. Or maybe I want to marry him. He might be married, but then there's polygyny. There's polygamy. Polygyny, for clarification, is the practice of a man, a husband, having more than one wife. Polygamy is, no matter what the sex is, having more than one spouse. So if it's a woman married to two men and such. But it's under that umbrella. We like to say it's under that umbrella, but we have to make the distinction. But I'm making a distinction today on some other topics, which is co-wife is stalking my man. Stalking? Popping up, showing up, and all this. Showing interest and stalking someone are completely different things. Completely different things. But if our husbands are attractive, they're going to attract more. They're going to attract more women. They are. Coach Nyla and I are not the only people attracted to Coach Nyla. You kidding me? I can't, countless times, I have been, complimented on who he is. And I'm like, I didn't build him. But I thank you. I see that, yeah, he is. He's awesome, isn't he? And you could tell when a woman is walking up and playing in your face, being super ultra disrespectful about your marriage. And then those are going, alhamdulillah, sister, praise God. He's such an awesome brother. I love the way he walks around with your daughters. We used to get this compliments all the time. And now he's getting compliments. Oh, look at him and his sons at Juma. Oh, they're so cute. No. I saw your husband and the little babies and saw your bonus babies and your sons at Juma. Oh, they're so cute. Look at them. Our religious service every Friday is Juma. For those of you that might not know. I love to hear it. I love to hear that. He's not walking around going, look at me, look at what I can do. Look at my kids, look at my wives. Oh, got his chest stuck out 10 blocks. This was not easy. But we all made a transformation. And I had to find my own fulfillment. And if you are looking for that same thing, make sure you visit me at CoachFatimah.com for my nourishing fulfillment Pathway to Empowerment coaching program. Because I have to say that because many of you have reached out. Many of you have been clients. Many of you come and support our channel, whether you're husband or whether you're wives, co-wives, it doesn't matter. We really appreciate it. But I wanted to bring this to you and shed some light on this topic because it's so common that we think because a sister shows interest in our husband or in our family. I love something that Coach Nyla said to me. And she said it was never about Coach Nazir. And we don't say Coach Nazir to one another. She said it wasn't just about him. It was about everyone. I wanted to be part of the family. Now, although she's married to him, so it's not about us all accepting her and she must prove herself. No, it's not about that. They have their own biological children together. I have my biological children with Coach Nazir. They are siblings. And we have bonus children on both sides, but we're one big family. Again, it did not happen overnight. Please don't compare your chapter 1 with our chapter 14. Please don't do that. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to you. You don't want to go through what we went through to get to where we're at. And we make it easier. So part of that is indeed each one of us having our own coaching program. So of course, you can visit me, Coach Fatimah, at CoachFatimah.com, and then Coach Nyla at CoachNyla.com. And if you're a husband and you need to just really understand leadership more and step into that purpose, visit Coach Nazir at CoachNazir.com. So I just want to say that because that's important because we're asked so often and we do serve clients and they have had much success. And I love that for them because I know when we didn't have anybody, it was not easy. It was absolutely not easy. And then make sure you go around on YouTube as well. We have some awesome content here. And another huge, incredible space that we have is our awesome polygamy community. So check that out at polygamycommunity.com for details on that. But just keep everything I said in this video in mind. I want to say these things, talk about these things because they need to be said. If you think your co-wife stalked your man, think again. Now, there's some cases where it might have happened and it takes it. That's reaching a lot, but I'm not going to ignore that it may have happened, but it's an anomaly. It's rare that that does happen. But stalking someone and looking at them as a leader, looking at them as someone you want to marry, that might help you and you bring something to that marriage and they bring something to that marriage and it looks like and it is polygyny or polygamy, don't look at it as an act of violence towards you as a wife. We're born by ourselves. We don't come here with our husbands. They love us, but they got big hearts and they can love a lot of people, including more than one wife. I know many don't want to hear it. And there has to be a lot of things in play for them to practice polygamy. There has to be a lot. They have to become more and be willing to take on the greater responsibilities of it. So it's not for men that are lazy. Some men are lazy in it. But if you want to be successful, it's not for the lazy. It's for the purposeful. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys with some GLC. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe first. Don't hit that notification bell so that you know every time we upload. You don't want to miss anything because we have our lives. We have our community at polygamycommunity.com. We have so many awesome pieces of content and training. And our community is a private area so that you don't have to worry about jesters and judges and trolls and all this other stuff and this background noise that we can hear sometime on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you want to get with like-minded people, make sure you join our community at polygamycommunity.com. So with that, I'm going to leave you that GLC like I promised. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. And remember that investing in you is always priceless. I'm Coach Fatimah. See you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.